I'm having a lot of first impressions of this valley, and I'm really trying to boil them down into something. But always, every time I do one of these shows, it always gets down to the local people who've always been here. My name's Ben Livingston. Probably the day I was born. It's the thing that was easiest for me. So being a natural born quitter, I just kind of connected the dots and stayed in this place. It was the easiest thing to do. Well, I'm known as an artist that uses neon and makes neon. That would be because the NEA, the National Endowment for the Arts, gave me a fellowship back in the early 90s. From then, and really all my life, I've considered myself really without an identity as an artist at all. I enjoy chasing things that I'm interested in. And generally, they tend to be these type of things. But lately, really, it's about the world around us and the people in it. I started the neon vocation as a person who does that in 1984. So I can't do the math very well. That's probably why I have to do this all the time. Learning neon was probably one of the harder things I've ever done. Growing up has been definitely just as hard. And like I say, my greatest accomplishment, I would say, is probably that last breath I drew. But nationally, and I guess the greatest compliment I've gotten is that the National Endowment for the Arts gave me a fellowship for this phosphorescent mineral work I do within the neon tube. So I've been known for my neon tubes, and they're very quiet. They're not like like Las Vegas neon. They're not like your open sign neon. This fellowship that I got from the NEA was to help with this research and investigations for these phosphorescent minerals that are within these tubes. And the way that works is argon gas that's inside of the neon tube that makes it glow emits shortwave ultraviolet light. And that illuminates or reflects or activates this phosphorescent powder, like a blacklight poster, basically. And that's sort of happening inside the tube, and it's very sparkly and very opalescent. So instead of Las Vegas, where the whole atmosphere is outside and there's, the whole atmosphere of the place, you can become very intimate inside the tube. So it's like there's this tiny Las Vegas inside of this tiny little tube. It's very compelling, very iridescent. And I was asked by Bill Shinsky here at the Coachella Valley Art Institute to come here and basically give my impression of the valley and whatever I find here to connect to this. I can't call it a traveling show, but it's the easiest thing to call it. I find spirits, and I create reliquaries or shadow boxes, or what I call spirit houses from materials that I find, or archives, or artifacts that I find, remnants of sort of the past. And so what this is, because I spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia researching spirit houses there, which are these, they're these small reliquaries in the shape of maybe a small Wat temple, Buddhist temple in Thailand or Laos or what have you, Burma. They would be a mat house. What they do, and I really enjoyed knowing about and I respect a lot, is that these houses do two things. They show the respect for ancestors and nature, which is something we don't seem to get around to very well in this country, in our culture. And they also they give offerings to it, and they ask for protection from these spirits. So what I do is I find local spirits, and I am compelled to steward these spirits in such a way that it sort of propels us into the future, respecting the shoulders that we all stand on from the past.
Can you tell the Coachella Valley about the project?
I'm here on a reconnaissance mission trying to figure out what this project's going to be. And so far, on my third day here, I'm finding that my connection with people like yourself and stories that you have to tell about your parents and grandparents here in the valley are so interesting. and also a fellow named Juan Rodriguez, who is a development analyst for the city of Indio, has directed me to some great resources for stories and photographs and artifacts at the Coachella Valley Museum and the library and different places around. So I'm really chasing down clues at this point, trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Every show is very different and totally site-specific, but always within this template of trying to understand where I am.
Where can the Coachella Valley find you online?
www.benlivingston.com. I'd like to thank Bill Shinsky for initiating all of this here at the Coachella Valley Art Center. I'd like to thank the city of Indio and the Coachella Valley for offering up the stories that it's offering up. And I'd like to thank the water that's so close to the ground here, and the sky that's hot as hell but dry, thank God, and these incredible, beautiful mountains at the beginning and the end of the day that are just paint pictures. It's like you have your own art gallery all around you all day and night. It's fantastic here. So I hope you'll come and see what we figure out about you, this community of Indio and the Coachella Valley, because this show is for you and about you. So thank you.